Yo, YouTube. All right, I think I've been going about this the wrong way. This truck deal. I'm, not too big in the camera, not too big on the video stuff. But I figured I might just go about this a different way and introduce myself and introduce the truck. I know I've been all over the place. I don't know, I just get weird in front of the camera. It just seems like there's too much info to get out there, and I guess just little by little. But about me is I'm 40 years old now, and I've just been in the off-road industry since I was younger, since 16, 17 when I started driving. I started going to the desert. I've rode motorcycles my whole life. Worked at off-road shops, worked at high-end race shops, worked at started out as a iron shop, working there when I was 16, 15 in high school, and then just left there, and as well as worked at that shop as it grew, and worked at many other shops. Like a big one that a lot of people probably know is like Unique Metal Products, all the filters, like the race filters, like these things. These are some, I made this one for myself. These are like my aluminum TIG welds and stuff. Not the best out there, but I was consistent at one time. So I've built, I've worked at a lot of shops, off-road shit, high-end stuff. One guy, Rich Clark, he taught me a lot with this truck stuff back in the day. A long time ago. The Armorcraft trucks, he did a lot of the first time bulkhead front ends, the class 1 bulkheads, all that stuff. So we did a lot of Toyotas. I helped him on a lot. I was young there, for sure. My buddy was the top welder though. And now we're just, I've just done welding shit, for a long time. And, I still do a lot of motorcycle stuff. A lot of people, just kind of way it is. Still ride motorcycles, and it's how it goes. So this Tacoma that I got, I picked it up. I told the story. Picked it up, some kid. It was so funny because I see this thing online, pretty cheap price, and kid goes, in the ad it says it doesn't run, and I'm like, well, weird. I guess I'll go check it out. Lowball this fool, and I go check this rig out. It's right down the street from me, and I'm like, okay, I'm different than a lot of people. I don't, I'm kind of homeless. I just rent this shop right now and work out of here, and I have a place down south in Mexico I stay at. It's on the beach. It's pretty nice, actually, so I guess I'm not homeless, but here in the States, I'm kind of homeless, so it's kind of weird. I just work a lot and, save money. But I started running this shop recently, threw this truck in here, bought the truck, started running the shop, just to expand my, my small business and work more, and kind of go from there. This truck though, the story on that, I keep getting sidetracked, is I look on Facebook, see this truck, kid's got it for sale, blah blah blah, doesn't run, da 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 da, da, says it used to run, this and that. I'm like, cool, scope it. I go there and I'm like looking at this thing, and it's a fucking beater. Like, everyone's seen this truck from my previous videos, but I misspoke a lot in the previous videos because I was just super amped and just throwing shit out there that I didn't even think about what I was saying. But it's all good. It just is what it is. It's not a big deal. And this kid is selling this thing. I look at it, I'm running through it, the rear cage is kind of okay. Nothing's right. The leaf mounts, they're wrong, the front end, it had good parts on it, but It was just all, I could see it was wrong. Like it just wasn't working right. It didn't drive that well. And I could just feel it, like not right. So, but the parts, I knew in my head that it had enough money in parts, just in the front end kit alone, even though it wasn't right, plus the rack, plus the fiberglass, and then it had the rear cage, and it had 4 shocks and wheels and tires, and I was like, oh man, I guess the price is right, I'll fucking do it. But, okay, I go look at this truck, and this is the problem with me, is I'm a fucking good guy, right? And I kind of hate that about myself because I always get fucked by everyone. So, this is what happened. This fucking truck here. I go look at this thing and dead, completely dead, 100% dead, nothing, not a damn thing. And me, I've like I said, I've worked on a lot of these Toyotas. I've owned them. I've drove them through the deserts. I've built them. I've done a lot. And I'm like looking at this thing, and this kid's telling me some fucking codes and shit, and I'm like, dude, these kids obviously don't know what they're fucking talking about. You can't pull a fucking code if you have no fucking power, I'm like, there's something else going on here. So I was just looking at it for like 10, 15 minutes, kind of running through it in his driveway, and I noticed everybody who off-roads, like your first timers, you don't strap your battery down, your fucking power cable's gonna fucking rip off. So I'm like looking around, and he had some like heat shrink on his power cable, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. I knew what the problem was with this truck. It was a basic fucking power cable, but you couldn't see the fucking thing because they had it like somewhere. This red wire wasn't here. He added that like after I fixed it. I don't know. It was really weird. Somewhere here there was something different. He had like a wire, and then in there I could feel that it wasn't fucking right. I was like, oh, that's not making contact. Like, just fucking common sense. And this kid had this truck sitting in his mom's driveway for, I'm pretty sure, like 3 weeks, because they couldn't figure out what the fuck was wrong with it. So I show up, 20 minutes. I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't know what to even... My dumbass, while I'm looking at the truck, the key, mind you this, the key is left in the accessory position, and the door is wide open. And I'm fucking with this wire in front, and I'm like, oh my god, it's for sure not touching. And then, like, while I'm doing that, the wires touch, and then the fucking key goes ding, 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 and the door, is going ding, 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 and the kid starts fucking flipping out, like, whoa, what the fuck? What'd you do? And I was like, oh, fuck, I was like, all right, bro, well, I don't know what to say in the situation. I'm like, your truck, and the thing ran, I'm like, watch, dude, your truck's gonna run just fine. I don't even know what to say, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm just gonna bail out. Like, I just made you a couple grand, sell it for a few grand more, And he goes, no way, he's like, there's no way it's gonna start. And I'm like, oh my god, this fucking kid really is gonna think this thing's broken. So I jump in there, and he's like just in awe, and I start the thing up. It fires right up like a fucking champ. And I'm, those Toyotas, when they're nice and tight and sound good, it's just fucking, they purr, choked on and everything. I was like, wow. I shut it down instantly, and I'm like, all right, dude, well, I don't know what to do. I kind of fix your truck for you. I mean, sell for a couple grand more, have a nice day. It is just the universe maybe will get me back. And he was like, I'll give you like $100 or something. I was like, dude, whatever. I don't even give a fuck. Like, I work, a lot, so it don't matter. I was like, I was right here, job site's down the street. Fucking have a good day, bro. Like, handle it. And I guess what happened is he took a video of that thing running while that was running. Like, while we started again, he took video. And he reposted that shit, and everybody was like, wait, we don't understand. This thing was like not running. You know how Facebook is. They fucking do that weird shit. And then everyone gets skeptical, and he got called out, and he was like, some guy from Facebook came over and fixed it for me and left. And then he was getting blown up again. And sure enough, the next day he calls me like, yo, bro, I'm getting blown up. I can't deal with all these people. Like, I'll give it to you at a discounted price for like what happened. And I was like, all right, cool, run it. So that's how I ended up with this truck. And I knew I was planning on expanding my business anyway, so I've been looking for a shop, and then everything just fell into place with the truck in the shop. So I just fucking threw it down, made it happen, boom, boom. Shop. I wasn't supposed to tear it apart yet, but I just like, fuck it. Sooner I get this front end done, the sooner I can fucking drive this thing. And I wouldn't drive this thing this year. Like, this ain't gonna be a perfect fucking sitting around rig, you know. It's gonna get built. It's gonna have little fucking cosmetics here and there. Doesn't matter though, you know. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be rolling this bitch. So that's kind of my mindset. But yeah, so that's me. This is the Tacoma, and she is still tore apart. I've started to make some jigs for these lowers because, you know, long story short, I think I'm gonna shorten these, throw these on my Tundra, make a second kit, make jigs for everything, fix the spindle, make new uppers and all that bullshit. So I've started lower work on the spindles, just double shear, some welding. I am gonna re-weld the spindles, everything. Gone through this. I do have new patterns for the spindle. It might get changed a little bit. The lower is just gonna get ran for now. I mean, jigged up and ran. That's kind of where we are. Back got sold already, so this thing is completely starting fresh. I'm looking for a bender. I'm trying to fucking slam some jobs out so I can go get a $1,200 bender with fucking dude's got 3 sets of dies on a JD squared. So I'm trying to make that happen this weekend. It's just, I don't know if I can. I need to get these jobs done and be profitable on them. And then I've got this other spindle double sheared up already. I started to work on some of these porous welds, taking them out so I can TIG weld all these through. Plates for the lowers. Lower tabs are double sheared, so I know I've been all over in the previous videos. I am gonna run the fucking, I mean, I'm still skeptical on it, but I'm like 90% sure that I'm running these lower mounts. I got, like I just said, I got tabs cut out to double shear everything down here. I took out their fucking stupid bungs. So they had their, people pay attention to this, if you have these fucking Tacomas with these big ass fucking things and you don't get the right proper setup, the bushings on those lowers were fucking stuck. So I couldn't get these arms out. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I couldn't get them out. And I know why. It's because the inner sleeve was stuck in this little fucking thing. Like, the inner sleeve was just smaller than this. It was 3/4 or whatever. And it slid in here. And I couldn't pull it out, obviously, because I just couldn't see it. You know, you just can't see it because they had I know why I couldn't see it. They had the washer welded, which covered everything, so you couldn't see what the fuck was going on. And then I took the washer out. We're gonna double shear all this. You know, I realigned their shit. The left side was out of alignment by like 1/4 inch, 3/8. The hole went to a slot. You know, right here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what happened. And then, so just be aware that you want to fill in this area because the bushing, you know, rubs right here, and when you tighten it, it just cuts the bushing as it fucking just so that was happening, and nobody like knew, I guess, or they just didn't fucking know. So these, I'm gonna, you know, make it so that it's just one single hole and this is all smooth. Just little shit like that bothers me. And then I'm trying to jump into finishing stripping the cage because, you know, I watch these YouTube videos. I see these kids throw these fucking center mounts, and I'm like, I'm still really tempted on when I pull that dash, cutting that firewall and fucking popping this motor a little further back. And it's just it's very possible, because it seems like the geometry is on all the fucking same on that front end on my layout. So all you have to fucking do is the work down here, getting in. You know, the hardest part, I kind of thought it was the driver's side, but leaving the AC on this truck, it's the passenger side to fit mounts on the AC and the starter. It's mostly just the AC. It's fucking like right in the way for a upper mount right here. Like, it is in the way for a J-arm. And I want this truck to have AC. Watch me never even fucking use it, but I really want this truck to have AC. But you know, I cannot center mount with this thing here. However, if this AC gets moved to there, it's literally 8 inches. And you're talking 4, 5 right there that I've cut out already, or that we've clearance with the pipe, and maybe like just this radius on the top. It's so, that's why, you know, or maybe I save it for next season. Fuck. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Kind of where I'm at. This is me changing this channel up, telling you who I am, what's going on. It is what it is. Hopefully, get you some more updates soon. Later.